Well, I think the challenge for a team like the Hawks, for a team like the Bulls, is to break through into that upper echelon. Because, I mean, I still think that the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis are still extremely formidable. This trade, you just can't get 25-year-old all-stars, who, by the way, his contract is very reasonable for the next 2 years, which will allow the Hawks competitiveness to build around him. You just can't get these guys. And that's why they paid such a price. And I know I saw some people saying, my gosh, how'd they get him for this price? I was like, 2 unprotected firsts, another first that they also owned, and on a pick swap, like, that's a big price to pay. The reason they got him is because nobody else was willing to pay that. And so this is a terrific fit next to Trae Young. He is much bigger than Trae Young, long, led the league in steals last year. He can play on the ball. He can play off the ball. He doesn't complain. So when Trae Young has a game where he may have 28 shots and DeJounte may have a game where he's got 12, I don't think DeJounte is going to have a complaint about it. They've invested so much in him. He knows that they're probably going to give him a big contract in 2 years. This is an absolute arms race in the Eastern Conference right now. This is what we used to see in the West. We saw this in the West for 15, 20 years. While we saw these teams in the East over the summer make moves and teams in the West steal their talent. Now we're seeing the opposite. We're seeing teams in the East steal the talent from the teams in the West. And this is in that vein. And I look at the Hawks, and I don't think they're done. John Collins has been in trade talks. We now are wondering if Kevin Huerter, who's a high-quality player who's very desired in the market, might become available because he's going to take DeJounte is going to take some of his minutes. They have other young players that have interesting value. The Hawks probably are on to have another move or two in them. And let's see where they are as a team after all their offseason moves are done.
I don't want to say this is like hyperbolic, but this changes the landscape of the East for me. I'm not putting them in the upper echelon, but I think it's fair to say that this move gives the Hawks maybe, top 3, top 4 backcourt in the NBA. And all the things that Wendy said about what it does for Trae Young, where just like we saw them run into a brick wall with Miami because the opposing defense is able to key in on Trae Young, that doesn't happen now because you have DeJounte Murray, who's coming off the best season of his career this past year with San Antonio. So if you can make Trae Young, where he's not the primary ball handler off the time, because we know, too, DeJounte Murray can play without the ball. Maybe you can do a little bit of that with Trae Young, too, kind of in that way that the Golden State Warriors are able to free up and utilize Stephen Curry in the same manner. And I know that they get criticized for not being like a great elite defense. I think that you can have a respectable defense here with the Atlanta Hawks. Let's not forget, a couple years ago, DeJounte Murray was a second-team defensive player. So that coupled with Clint Capella, coupled with DeAndre Hunter and the things that does for them, that gives you a respectable defense in the East where you already know what you're doing on the offensive end. So I think they'll be fine, and I think that this changes things for me, a part of the conversation of teams that you might not expect right now to make some noise. Come May next year, we might be talking about an Eastern Conference semifinal team.
One thing that will worry me, that is a very good organization, the Spurs. Popovich is a great coach. Why is he trading this kid if he's that good?
Can I tell you? I don't want to interrupt you.
Go ahead. I'm interested.
In the last couple of days, there were other teams who were interested, and they were saying, why are they trading him? Because the only player that the Spurs have ever traded where it's been Kawhi, and that was
well, that's because he wanted to leave.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say,
didn't want to leave.
The general manager of the Hawks is Landry Fields, who came from San Antonio, so he was hard working acquiring him. That alleviates some terms, but what you were bringing up is exactly what people in the league are saying. What is going on?
Is there an answer to that question, or is it just a question?
I think the Spurs are tanking for Victor Wembanyama, which is another topic.
And the 3 picks mean nothing, because the Hawks are going to be a good team. They're lottery protected. Well, they'll be a good team. They'll be a playoff team. So those picks aren't going to mean that much.
I don't know what they're going to look like in 2027. And that's
they got young. I mean, Gallinari's he's a good little player, but he's not great. That's what I raised my eyebrow. Popovich is trading his kid if he's that good. That's what would scare me if I was a Hawk fan. I agree with you guys on the Hawks. You can make a run at them as being one of those surprise teams. I'll take Charlotte. I'll do a little something different. I'll be nutty about it. I'll take the Hawks. First off, I love Clifford. I know that Atkinson blew off Jordan. I get that. And that's embarrassing for Jordan that Atkinson said no. But Clifford's a good coach. He knows defense. Hayward, maybe he stays healthy. They've been a borderline, playing. They've been in a play-in twice. They'll be a little better defensively. Ball will get better. I'll be different. It's easy to say. I agree with you. Cavs, whatever you guys want to take. I'll take Charlotte as the surprise team in the East. Something different.
What do you think their ceiling is?
You can't put Charlotte. Here's the first thing that Charlotte has to do. Get out of the playing round.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.